タイトルどこで変えるんだ。タイトルの変え方がわからない。後でしか変えられないのか。他の編集でいけるか。タイトルを修正しないと。配信中に修正できるのか。ちょっと待ってくれ。急げ。よいしょ。よし。ちょっと待って。2時間切りたい。よし、これで OK、 保存。どうだ、これでどこで戻るんだ。こっちか。よしよし、行くぞ。最初からいいえ。なかなかの遅延がありますが大丈夫なんだろうか。これでいいかな。ライブ OK。 タイマー押すの忘れた。
Good afternoon. At any rate, I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Before we begin, you see, which is why I believe it. In fact, I insist.
プ
However,
レステ4の配信なので、プレステ4の配信機能を使ってるので、タイマーが表示できませんが、裏でタイマー回してだいたい4時間切れればいいかなと思ってます。よし。で、今回は前回安定チャートやったんで、今回メルブルチャート、かなりラスボスの勝率が低いチャートですね。何が違うかつうと、ラスボスでメルブールを使うかどうかっていう、メルブールかリディかどっちかを使うわけですが、今からやるのはメルブールを使うやつです。メルブールの場合はレベル上げが必要なくなるので、当然ラスボスへの突入は早いです。ただ防具が弱いので、ラスボスの吸収攻撃とこっちの火力不足で無限ループに入る可能性があります。そうなると勝てません。与えるダメージが吸収による回復を上回ることができなくなって、アイテムが底をついて敗北と、そういうリスクが大きいのがメルブールチャート。クリアさえできれば早いんですけど、難しいんですわ。 ホワイトライト。安定チャートに比べてだいたい10分から15分の差があります。振り下ろす。無駄クリティカルが出ていって時間を取られると。ホワイトライト。フロストボム。通常攻撃でいいかな。振り下ろす。OK。無難に終わった感じですね。おっと、ここ連打はまずいね。で、ここ鍵を使うと。
The woman slides the simple key into the lock. The chest clicks open. Inside is what appears for... At last we've retrieved their quest complete. The triumphant trio put the cave behind them. This is Castle Advent. Queen Nilla reigns over the kingdom from within its walls. In the crowded audience chamber jostle the white-robed adventurers stand. A palace guard calls over the tumult. Be silent. Her royal majesty graces us with her presence. Whomsoever conquers this beast will be... At that, the gathered crowd cheers loud. It puts my... But they'd be wrong. Beside him, a strange When you heard about the quest to slay the dragon, you wonder why you need to sign anything, but head for the guard anyway. Shall we?
これで衛兵に話しかける。
Sign here, says the guard, handing you a pen and paper. You sign your name. You sign your companion's name as well. Mar. Though he can't speak the human tongue, he seems to understand it well enough. You want the reward as badly as you don't want to die. You figure you better make some strong friends. You've yet to find any help for your quest. Things don't look that reassuring as they are. But the decision is up to you. In the end, you set out, just the two of you, to hunt the dragon. Earlier, you saw the bit about the handsome reward for whoever's... Monster! The woman cries, and startled by the spell, Mar grows... You whirl to the woman and shout, "What are you doing? This ain't a monster." The two of you bicker for quite a while. When you tell her you're after the same thing, she's a little annoying. That suits you perfectly. She tells you she is a witch, but says nothing of why she hates monsters or what grudge she bears against the dragon. A woman sits hunched over
こ
by
の
the
辺
side of
は
the road.
特に何も
She's sprained her
言
ankle
うこ
and
とがな
needs
い
you to
ので
take her to the nearby. We're a little busy, you say. You make to leave, but
ひたすら
Melanie
丸を
stands
連
in
打
your
してる
ain't
だ
like
けな
it's
ん
my
で
fault she's hurt. You whine like a child. Ignoring you, Melanie gingerly helps the woman. Mar bends so the woman can get on his back. And you watch them walk away for a moment before following, complaining to yourself about what a waste of time this is. で、今回 You arrive at the
は
apothecary.
カードを取りません。
She thanks you and pulls something from her breast
タイ
pocket.
ム重視で、これは強制的に入手するやつなんですけど、これ以降はカー
It
ド取
might
ら
be
ず
a
に
good idea to do that again,
進
should
め
you
ていき
come
ます。
across anyone else in need of assistance.
ただ、俺の組んでるチャートのメモが、カードを取る前提のチャートなので、どっかでやらかすかもしれない。
As your eyes roam everywhere but the path you walk, you barrel right into someone. Berwin, the trio advances on you. You fall to your hands and knees. Winifred stares at you, bewildered, muttering a thief, bellows Berwin, drawing his weapon. Guess you've got to
さ
fight your way
て、
past.
ここも若干時間が変わってくるんですが、どうかな。お、いいね。数を減らしてくれたんで、こちらのターンが減り
Don't
ます
worry.
ね。
We'll
黒へのターンがなくなるので、若干得。で、このまま倒してくれれば OK ですね。大丈夫かな。OK。
Taking pity on your ineptitude, the Ivory Order tree. We mustn't tarry any longer. To the monster researcher of Thryston with us. Hedwin urges his companions and the trio depart.
ここまで11分と38秒。
Aimless wandering can be fun, but if you want purpose and direction,
はい。
I'd suggest sticking to the path.
こっからがまた運ゲーで、望遠鏡イベントが起きないといつまでたっても先に進めないので、逃げる。よし。この上に宝箱があるので取って、なるべく草原沿いに行って、
Lying in the grass,
お、
you find an old
望遠
telescope.
鏡いきなり来た。
You figure a look at the path ahead
あ
can't
あ、
hurt.
外れで
Peering
す
through the
ね。
lens, all you know
これ
is
モン
there's
スタ
something
ー
up ahead. Figuring
一番
it's
いら
best
ないや
not
つ。
to go looking for trouble, you decide to detour around it. Still, you
ああ、
can't
やべ、
help
看板踏ん
wondering
じゃっ
what
た。
that thing was.
で、下へ下へ。
You spot a small sign off to the side of the
湖
fountain.
はいらない
It
ね。
reads, "Ha! Wishing's a sucker's game, you sneer, and walk away.
湖は何だったかな。覚えてねえや。やべえ、道間違えた。スライム。ここだね。望遠鏡はそっちか。これ一気に近づいてダメージかアイテムのどっちかですね。どっちかな。アイテムだね。OK。一応当たり。でこれ斜めに上に行ってこれはちょっとやばいな。望遠鏡が来ないね。来ないね。まずいね。これで宝箱最後なんだけど、本当ならこれ取るまでにスライム借りたかったんですが、来なかったんで、スライム参ったな。完全にタイムロスです。こっからもう完全にロス。普通ならリセットだね。いやー、お前じゃねえけど、まあお金欲しいんで、まあ後でいいか、これは。望遠鏡頼む。これで来い。よし、来た。やっと。
You leave the janky telescope where you found it and make your way cautiously toward. You can't not fight such a unique monster.
ロスったな、いきなり。
Draw your blade.
フレーム。お、一撃。
You did great.
これでお金をもらって。
The next instant, he takes off for the center of town, shouting, "I shall be there soon, my love."
で、町に向かいます。
You kick a rock down. The rock you kicked must have hit it because it is really mad. Brace yourself for battle.
ウィンドウ。わお、低いな。あー、でもクリティカル。
That was lucky.
いや、ラッキーだね。サンダースラッシュ。足りねえのかよ。これで街に入ると。19分42秒。いいえ。で、魔物研究か。
If anyone knows anything about the dragon, you ask Cypri if he knows. If you reclaim the treasure, Cypri, it seems the treasure-thieving monster makes its hideout in the western cave. That's where you'll want to head. How may I help you? The proprietor inquires.
剣。杖。服。Okay.
Will that be all? The proprietor asks.
で、道具や。
How may I help you? The proprietress inquires.
油壺。で、松明。
Will that be all? The proprietress asks.
Okay. お。フィールド出て。で、洞窟と。
Light can't reach the furthest depths of the cave. Light the torch. It'll be much easier to explore now with your surroundings better illuminated. Though the torch lights your immediate surroundings, you still cannot peer far into the distance.
蘇生薬を取るのか。
Upon closer examination of the door, you put the magic sphere into the cavity, and the door opens. Don't hold back.
いいね。逃げ運がいいよ。
What horrors transpired here? The next instant, something leaps at you out from the darkness.
頼むぞ。よし。
That was lucky.
ナイス。めっちゃクリティカル出るじゃん。ほい。足りねえ。よし、ボス撃破。28分12秒。
The monster defeated, you turn toward the treasure chest and see those Ivory Order jerks rooting through, tugging the spoils from the chest, knowing you couldn't stop. Nice of them to, for some reason, Melanie picks up the ragged doll. your shoulders slump. All that effort. You find nothing else even close to treasure. Leave now. You left the western cave. This is all Cypri's eye. Without breaking his gaze away from the doll, he begins. Since then, Cypri has treasured this doll as he treasured. Cypri turns to Melanie. So you reclaimed the treasure by complete. How are you gonna thank us? Cypri gestures as if to say, far to the east. According to Cypri, you might be able to learn. Upon hearing that, you'll need this, he says, and holds out something for you. You won't make it through the bewildering wood with your sights set on the distant Unionville. You resolve to navigate through the bewildering wood.
So. よしと。で、ここでクロエのレベルを6にします。
A thick fog impedes your vision. You surmise this is in no small part why they call it the bewildering wood.
塩化を欲しい塩化が来てくれるのを期待して来てくれないと困るんだけど、むしろこれはダメだね。
A message is written on the sign. Seek out the four stela hidden deep in these woods. You hear a beautiful melody flowing from the forest depths. You take a peek inside the grass. It seems startled. The monster flaps its wings and flies away. You find some coins scattered about where it stood. You have found the southern stela. You smack it and hear a sound off to the west. You'd best head that way next.
風の指輪。おっと、連射が入ってた。
You have found the western stela, which you swear up and down was not here when you came in. Nevertheless, you give it a smack.
ああ、これもダメ。
Found the northern stela. It doesn't look particularly special. You resolve to touch it anyhow. trees bearing very
Wow.
solid-looking nuts,
Toratto
whip to and
evento
fro in the force of one of the nuts flies off the tree and
ちょっ
smacks
と待っ
you
て、それ
right
は
on the
痛すぎ
head.
る。
Pain brings tears to your eyes.
それはちょっと痛すぎやしないかね。移動が下手。そろそろ来てほしいんだが、ダメだ。これもダメ。参ったな。
You have found the eastern stela. You have investigated all 4 of the stela in the bewildering wood. You hear a sound, and it's not all that far away.
You
hold the woodland flute you received. Doot 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 doodly doot 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 doot. You blow a hand. You soon become aware of accompanying percussion, which reveals itself. A young woman appears by sheer coincidence. The flute, but she continues. Extend. You hand over the flute, firmly restating that she may. Ridis plucks the woodland flute out of your hands with glee, and begins playing it as she skips. It's that away, Ridis says gleefully, pointing past the stela before you.
マジでやべえ。ちょっと待って。マジで来ねえ。ハッピーイベントそんなにいらねえな。おい、演歌。ちょっと待って。なんでやめておいおいおいおい。演歌しろって。スライム。やばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばい。おい。無駄に時間取ってる。いやー、それは。なんで少ない方ばっかり。もうさすがにこれ以上お金いらんかな。もうこれ狩るか。あんまり美味しくないんだよね。よいしょ。 くっそー、タイムロスってる。あ、
Welcome to Woodland. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm quite busy for the rest of the day. So you'll have to wait till tomorrow to leave the forest, she says. It turns out this inn is simply a place where the poor lost souls trapped in the Mar sits. He lets out a self-satisfied burp that sends the sun sinks low, and the day draws to a close. The others follow suit, and before long you've burst. Riddis's house is ablaze, a nearby villager screams. My mother is still inside, Riddis shrieks, darting past you to fetch water from the well south of the village. Riddis is gathering water in an attempt to fight the blade. Mar's eyes light up. He scrambles over the edge of the well and sucks the well dry in an instant. He pokes at his swollen belly and gestures toward Riddis's house, as if to say, "Get me back there, quick." Mar douses the house with the water he sucked up from the well. The fire is reduced to mere embers, and all is well. Or so you think. Something darts out from behind the house and attacks.
よし。せめて一発フリーズ引いてくれ。そりゃないよ。うわ。あ、でも敵の防御増えなかったな。ここでよし。オッケー、早い。42分40秒。
Riddis's mother. Now, what would bring a creature of fire to a place like this, you wonder? Light breaks on a new day, and the commotion of the fire feels but a nightmare. You lead your party to Riddis's house to ask for safe passage out of the bewildering wood. Though spared from complete collapse, Riddis's home has been thoroughly scorched. Why do you want to venture out beyond the... We are in search of the dragon. At last, Riddis is ready to depart for the edge of the bewildering wood. Upon seeing that Ridis is with you, he steps aside and lets you through. The eastern portion of the woods certainly does not want for thick, soupy fog. You turn away, ready to... Ridis appears to be familiar. Oh dear. I'll thank you kindly to pay by the end of the month. Hee hee. Ridis lets out a... She pulls the woodland flute from her cloak and begins... Ridis's ear-splitting... performance, shall we say, draws monsters out from behind the trees. Within moments, they are nearly upon you.
Not sure. Kill. Okay.
That's odd. I must have made him. She opens the book to a particular page. No matter how many times you finally see that so Melanie quietly opines that while Ridis is many things, Bright is not one of them. And fight.
この編成がな、村に入る前に来てくれればな。最適編成なんだけど、経験値稼ぎの。あ、行き過ぎてんじゃん。歌声探す。何回ハーピー取った俺に。これ一箇所宝箱をカットするか。
A hidden path out of the bewildering wood comes into view.
足りなくなるかな。さすがに大丈夫か。245。何回取った？
At last, you've certainly kept. I was hoping I could join you on your quest to defeat the dragon. Ridis suddenly, she takes out her old book and thrusts another page in your... Have you no heart? Are you just going... Melanie calmly reminds your well-reasoned argument of no thwarted. You nod your head in resignation and welcome Ridis to the party.
1234。OK。ワンチャンあるかと思ったらスライムワンチャン来るかと思ったら来なかったわ。あーミスった。
You see something approach. A monster, Melanie shouts, readying. Mr. Flobby, get back here. What a weird. We aren't staying a moment longer than necessary, says an unsettled Melanie, her distaste for monsters plain on her face. How may I help you? The proprietress inquires.
Ukiya. Okay.
Down here, at thy feet. Lappy the furball looks at you with Why do you want to join us? You are thoroughly rejected by Melanie. Lappy, you tell Melanie to be nice. Lappy leaps up and hugs her in his excitement, exclaiming, Thou hast though she thought all monsters. Finally, a friend. He laughs, then shamelessly praises his after explaining that you must be tired from your journey. Have a seat. I will have my chef prepare a feast, the headman says, then claps his hands. You wipe your mouth with your sleeve. There. We'll eat soon. You reassure. With tears in her eyes, you are starving. But it doesn't look like you'll be able to part. We will find your slime. And then, Melanie reminds you that What's the difference? Brave heroes, the headman interjects. It appears this. You need to hear the whole story from the young girl. The girl sobs. The girl then hands something to Melanie. She asks Melanie to... Regardless, looking aimlessly outside the village would be a waste of time. You decide to collect more information in the village. Though a torch is not strictly necessary, it would certainly help you find your way through the dimly lit shrine. Your footing is obscured in the dimness of You go forth slowly but steadily. Taking it one, you take a good look at the floor and see it lined in trails of viscous liquid. No doubt a slime or 200 have passed through here. It looks like poor Mr. Flobby is being held. It seems the man has noticed Melanie. According to the man's revelation makes you realize. You ask Melanie about her hometown. With forbidden magic, you have so many questions, but realize. Careful.
Oh, gem. Poison. Whoosh. Window. Thunder. おい、やめて。危ねえ。よし。勝ったな。まだだった。ウィンドウ。
The headman may look like a nice old man. Winifred, the Ivory Order, and that false justice they serve are the true evil here. He retaliates, fighting back.
Timer 止めるの早すぎた。
Seeing the two parties occupied with each other, you realize this is your chance to grab Mr. Flobby. Perhaps wary of humans, Mr. Flobby dashes out when you draw near. When you reach out to grab Mr. Flobby, lower Mr. Flobby.
Yes.
Find something to help return Mr. Flobby to normal. You wipe Mr. Flobby's mouth with the handkerchief, then you hear, it looks like having regained his senses, you place the increasingly sticky handkerchief in your bag. Lappy approaches and tells you that Mr. Flobby has returned. The girl is I'm happy for you, Melon. The girl bows her head. Of course not. But bring him back soon, she answers with a bright smile. I am so happy to see you explain everything that he expressed. He then thanks you for your hard work and instructs his stewardess to prepare dinner for your party. You can feel your collective mouths water. You, Mar, and Ridis immediately dig in. You aren't sure where you find a moment to breathe. Once your belly is full, the color strikes you as familiar. Is this dish, and I have you brave heroes to thank for it. Had you not brought that slime back, we would not be able to enjoy this exquisite dessert. He points at Mar and asks, how much? You ask. As much as you grab the headman by his lapels, hands trembling in fury.
How much?
You pummel the headman with all your... You meet eyes with the rest of your party and reach a tacit agreement. Together, you all stand and leave. The old man, but Mar, the keener of you two, is with a crack. From the headman's hand falls a small blade. It clatters to the ground, covered in blood. Despite the shallow wound, I heard as he reaches Mar's bedside, this is what you call it extract. He explains that it is a... Lappy's eyes widen in realization. He then puts the what you call it extract into a bottle and hands it to you. He tells you to give the extract to the... Realizing that you are at fault for this, you don't hesitate. But this is strange. The extract comes from a monster, so it should have no effect on one, Lappy remarks with a curious tilt of his head. You hastily grab a scrap of paper, write down what you've heard, and quietly sneak away. A bizarre rock appeared. It seems primed to explode. The bizarre rock transformed into a gold rock. Look, you two, it's the sea. Britus exclaimed. You, on the other hand, trudge along, feeling something. It appears you've stepped on a monster's cape, making it very upset. It attacks you in fury. And fight.
Yeah. ああ、こっちだけか。よかった。危ねえ。主人公落ちるのはまずいって。おお、雷追加。ポイズン。いったおふう
Rumor in the village has it that it might be the dragon. You open the door without a muscular man emerges from the back. You politely ask if he is the new... He says he has been studying. He stares at... Opens a bottle and lap. He needs a special fish to make the necessary... When he explains that you can catch one in the surroundings, it sounds like his son is fishing on the wharf. You decide to go find him. You see a young man with his line and he asks if you have business with him. Though you are pretty sure of the answer, you introduce yourself. You know Oreo needs a spry fish to... Hearing the despair in your voice, you thank him for the information. Is it a reward you're after? You are about to ask. But Melanie smacks you on the head before you can voice it and allows him to come along. What will you ask Bruno? You ask Bruno about his... Bruno replies that apparently he only carries around a sword to look like an adventurer. Curious about his attire, he confessed that he once wished for armor. The words "birds of a feather flock together" run through your mind, but you quickly chase them away, afraid of what that means for you.
ここでブルーノに鎧装備。What?
Mars' fate rests upon this man. Terrible, he says, showing you the few fish he's caught. And you ask him if you can have the spry fish. When you ask how much it will cost, you're heartless. Ridis pouts. This one's all yours. Then let the carnival of... Your puny body is no match for mine, the Piscator shouts back, throwing a punch.
Muscle.
You're doing great.
Hustle を引いていく。まあこのタイミングならいいけど。今か。
A battle of...
念のためね。1時間8分53秒。
Power of power. Defeated, the Piscator hands over the spry fish to Bruno. Bruno extends an unspoken friendship begins to form between the two. Or at least, you hope that's what the prolonged silence between them means. With the spry fish in hand, you head back towards Oreo's clinic. Bruno looks at your group sadly, reluctant for this little adventure to end. You hand the fish to... Give me a moment, he says, then takes the fish and heads into the back. It's ready, he says, emerging from his room and handing you a bottle. You hope this will get Mar back on his feet. You face Bruno and say, take care. But Oreo squats at hyper speed. I want to show this power. You have much to learn, my son. Only the sound of their labor. You can only look on in stunned silence at the enigmatic display. You realize that these two have a very special way of talking that no one else can understand. Hearing yet another roar in the distance, you realize you need to get the supplement to Mar so you can investigate the sound together. Any travelers? It appears the headman's long-standing pronouncement on the welcoming of all magical creatures also applies to you and your party. Mar lies listlessly upon the bed, looking somewhat haggard. You help Mar sit up. He weakly opens his mouth, and you slowly pour the energy concentrate inside. Mar abruptly... It looks like Mar is all better now. You give Mar a tight hug. Bruno is deeply moved to see nutrition bringing a smile to others. With this, you decide to take Bruno back to Shoreland, then continue your search for the dragon. You arrive at Bruno's house. Though he seems to want to adventure a little more, he reluctant. With that, your next Bruno looks at you. His eyes beg, let us defeat the dragon together. And you realize with the Bruno is happy after hearing his son out, and in the blink of an eye, the flesh you tremble. Though Oreo still deems his son's... Thank you, father, Bruno says from the ground. So it comes to pass that you journey to the tower with Bruno to find the roaring beast.
一歩目からまあディディの弓を取るか悩んでるんだけど、まあいやどうかな。
Something's catching the sunlight just so. Sure enough, this is the location. The white convinced you found their stash. You open the chest with a self-satisfied smirk on your face.
どうしようかな。
We have finally arrived. Bruno, Ridis snorts to herself, seeing you red in the face from jumping to conclusions. And fight. It appears you snort to yourself, seeing Ridis red in the face. Bruno exhales deeply, then places both hands on the door. And it opens. This is the power of power. Bruno pants, but you promptly ignore him and enter the tower.
これワンチャン3時間あるかと思ってたんだけど無理だわ。今1時間20分なんで最後の大陸で2時間くらいなんでね、ちょっと無理だね。遅くて2時間だけど。
It sounds like he is saying something important. Ridis has given up on thinking and whistles an offbeat melody to herself. Bruno is admiring his own muscles gleaming. While everyone is distracted, the monster attacks.
さて、ここが事故る可能性があるんで、うわ、最悪だ。いきなりか。これ固定だったっけ、このハプニング。違うよね。最近こればっか引いてるんだけど。よし。これはもう勝ち確。うわ。適当に勝ち確とか言ったけど。ああ、大丈夫だ。
Congrats. Let's do this. Something glimmers on. We were poor, leaving your past a mystery. You quickly throw aside the shiny piece of glass and move on.
おいおいおいおい。
Don't hold back. It sounds like he is saying something profound, but you do not. Realizing the creature's words are beyond her comprehension, Ritus gives up on thinking, and Bruno silently compares his muscles against them. While everyone is distracted, the monster attacks.
ちょっと
Excellent.
よし、これで終わったでしょう。
She did not say any more, but her hatred for the beast was clear in her eyes. You hear the roar again. It seems to be coming from the Upmar mules, as it sounds like the roaring beast is close. The door before you is shut quite tightly. You insert the magical key into the hole and turn. You hear the lock come undone with a loud clank. The dragon may be just ahead. Now we slay the dragon for riches. On your demotivating words, everyone proceeds through the doorway.
もう今や変えとくか。いつ変えても変わらんからな。ボタンが入ってない。チャージ。違う。
Whether or not the beast is weak, you care not. You muster up your courage and shout your legs, but no matter how scared you are, the dragon will not wait.
OK。 1。めっちゃクリティカル出るじゃん。終わったね。
We shall strike you down, you exclaim. Vince appears. You too. It seems Melanie has lost her composure before her. The dragon returns the favor by spewing. You seem to stand no chance against the revitalized. Vince climbs atop the beast. Stay out of this, Vince commands, and flies off toward the western sea.
いや、またタイマーを押すタイミングが早すぎた。ここだった。
Drink this. Bruno claims he drinks it every day. Make her drink it already. You cry. Melanie has a bad feeling about it, but Downs at ease with her recovery. You descend the tower. Return to Shoreland in search of a boat to pursue the dragon. When you return, he says a raging wind blew. Sensing there may be a problem, you quickly make your way to the wharf. The woman says your brow beside you. Bruno stretches, warming up his body. After striking a fantastic pose to show off it, no matter how hard he pushes, it's pointless, you sigh. Turning around, a muscle-bound Melanie stands before you. It appears, let us come her whole body. You need Melanie's help to catch the dragon. You turn your earnest eyes to but unable to. You hear your bones creak in a way you've never. But afterward, the two muscle-bound forms. At any rate, you leave the port town and follow the dragon. Just as you are about to leave, Oreo comes to Mount Medica. Something stirs deep inside your chest, but you blame your imagination. Wasn't that so much fun? Riddis turns to you and carries on, oblivious. You, however, are a bit worn out, as a road stretches west from the docks, suggesting the presence of a house or settlement at the other end.
Huh? 先制取られた。ちょっと待って、先制取られたんだが。そんなことあんの
A white-hot streak. The searing beads of sweat are pouring off you now, and you greedily drink it down, desperate for relief. The pain begins to ebb, and you hurriedly resolve to press on. Perhaps he is as anxious. You two okay? Melanie asks. You only to notice the ambush a moment too late. Repel the monster attack.
おー、ジェム3個。あー、違う。ビッググラス。ナイス。
Nice work.
Nice work. フリーズワンチャン狙い豆腐。5追加。足りるかな。よし。ハーピンの弱点ってなんだ。1時間44分38秒。
His eyes are glazed over, and his general demeanor. You give him a glimpse of the medicine. Nothing in this life. Your callousness is swiftly punished. The man runs off to who knows. You and the party resolve to continue exploring. Something is askew in this village. It would be best to proceed with caution until you can determine what is happening.
どのくらいかな。まあ、クリアできるかどうかが問題なんだが。
This villager is also behaving strangely. Ridis briefly reveals the medicine under her cloak. Her fun is short-lived, as she too loses. You could not help but notice the groans of something's not right in this village, Bruno mutters, clearly worried. You hear a panicked cry up the road. Stay with me. Focus on me. That can't be good. You arrive on the scene to find a man seeing the knight's devotion makes you feel the villager is in quite a state. He'll have none of that. The villager, the convulsions subside within moments, and as well you know, that which is dead can never return. Your mind goes blank. You drop. His face contorts in disgust. Bruno gazes upon the villager's corpse with a look of apparent realization.
爪を買う。杖。 弓、服、あ、間違えた。やっちまった。BGM が消えてるんだが。
He could well be a font of knowledge. What will you ask if he has seen the dragon? At any rate, the dragon's presence on the island is confirmed. You make mention of the village. He apologizes for the villagers' incivility. Consider it the price to pay. You ask if he is the one in. It's true that the villagers call him. Your question satisfies. He asks you to stop. We have yet. You explain that you are. Selfor begs your forgiveness. What does he mean by we're done here? You say. Mar runs after you, chirping frantically. Melanie and the others give chase, but you and Mar are. The two can't have gone far, though. It may be best to first search the village. Melanie calls out to you, prompting you to blurt out, she surveys you both and sees two haggard traps. So you were worried about me, you shoot back. No, I wasn't, she replies, her face reddening. You spot a familiar-looking maid. Winifred takes... So, the Ivory Order buys the... Winifred and the apothecary speaking. With no desire to run into them, you make yourself scarce before she catches sight of you. The last thing... Why are we always hiding? Melanie hisses under her breath. Have you determined the dragon appears to be out? Preparations for our journey into the... Splendid. Sherwin walks off and out of sight. The other three following close behind. Yet their conversation raised as many questions. You know that the dragon is lurking. Isn't it that mountain with all the smoke pouring out of it? Riddis asks. The medicine bottle Sherwin... Maybe that's what Winifred bought at the apothecary, Bruno continues. There was talk of capturing the... Melanie picked up on the incongruity as well. You narrow... Mar pinches your cheeks without warning. Returning to the matter at hand, it's clear what must be done. You'll have to get your hands on some flash freeze if you hope to enter the volcano. The answer, then, would be the password. So, how do you stay? The old woman rolls her eyes, suddenly looking defeated. How did you know the answer? Did someone tell you? She mutters bitterly.
Chike. Ah.呪いよけ買った方がいいかな。迷うな。買っとくか。いや、呪いよけよりも蘇生買うか。 OK。よし。
Will that be all? The proprietress asks. You've managed to crack the code, and a bottle of flash freeze. You've got a long road.
ちょっ1時間52分。2時間
Of course,
切
the
る。
dragon is hiding out here. Guess it's as good a place as any to crossing this river of lava won't be. Here's how you cross a lava river. You open the bottle of flash freeze and pour some into the raging river of lava. The lava instantly hardens, forming a bridge of rock. Don't hold back.
お金いるかな。残り見てなかったわ。右側。
You can't help but chant, "It's hot." Bruno sees it. It is way too hot for this, Melanie screams, forgetting her own advice.
ミスター変化するね。ああ、取っといてよかったな。他であんまなかったわ。
Let's do this.
逃げるよ。
You've spent so long in here, even I'm starting to sweat.
装備をマリンソルジャーにしてローリング祈り、あ、待てよ。まあいいや。
We shall be the... As you're persistent, what will you do with him once he is yours? Melanie asks forcefully. But her answer shall have to wait. The lava bubbles and swirls as monsters. Clearly he is... Keep moving, he bellows, leading his companions deeper into the vault. The remaining monster turns toward you, eager to avenge its fallen friend. There shall be no avoiding this battle.
ああ、フリーズにするか。
Fortune favors the bold.
あ、ちょっとカーソル入んなかったんだが最悪だ。カーソル入らんかった。 あ
You escape, all your efforts will be for naught if they reach the dragon before you do. You hurry the party onward. A deafening roar greets you as you set foot on the summit. The dragon must be close. Out the enemy.
さっきの別に戦闘準備する必要なかったわ。メニュー開く必要なかった。
You reach the caldera only to find the dragon and the Ivory Order members locked in battle. Their teamwork is impeccable. The Ivory Order approaches the dragon, quite sure of their victory. They shall have their quarry at this rate. You cannot stand idly by. You thrust yourself into the midst of battle. Without warning, the dragon slams his tail against the ground. You surmise the fall wasn't far enough to kill them. But the dragon... This may be your only chance to slay him without the Ivory Order interfering.
ここで準備すればよかった。
The dragon sits perched on the edge of the caldera. You draw your sword and you shall... This conflict is inevitable. You heave your sword toward the enemy, come what may. You can do it.
おいおいおいおいおいおい。そこに飛んでくる。もう最悪だ。もう最悪だわ、これ。いってー。どうすかな。 倒すか。
Asks the one who has forsaken a stupendous Vince turn. You tighten your grip on your sword. There's no turning back now. Vince adopts a sweeping stance between you and the dragon. You'll have to deal with him first if you hope to attack your quarry.
Nice.回復するか。ちょっとまあいいか。そこまだレジストお攻撃追加。いやーでも回復するか。でけえなダメージがよ。1お、いいタイミング。ナイス。これでゼロエレメンツ。 削りきれないかな。20。きついか。オッケー。2時間13分。
The battle, tears streamed down Vince's face. Vince, undeterred by the wounds that now... Enough! Then you ought not to have brought... The dragon claims he shares a special bond. Everyone in the world drinks. The primary ingredient in this medicine is dragon tear. All those who succeeded in capture... They then gathered up the dragon tear he shed and used it to... I beseech you, strike, but know that if you do, the medicine upon which people... Now knowing the tragic your heart filled with anguish, you lower your weapon. Out of nowhere, seize him at once. Hedwyn urges. With a nod, Sherwin approaches the dragon. The dragon's lifeless corpse. The earth shakes. The dragon's body seems to have energized the lava enough to... All that remains is to the remaining members of the Ivory Order are still in shock, but Hedwyn orders them out, and they flee out of sight. Vince's final pronouncement echoing in your head. The eruption is imminent. The earlier tremors collapsed the passage you took to reach the caldera. Follow the other passage out and escape before it's too late.
スキルダークネス。オッケー。おいおいおい。
Take your time. There's no need to rush yet. Don't hold back.
You're
nearly at end, short-lived, as monsters burst forth from the lava, blocking your escape.
Gem 来い、ジェム。リーズ。クリティカル。最高かよ。1残り。
That was lucky.
Was lucky.うわ、闇ダメ減少。ダークネス使おうと思ってたんだけど、いやでもあれどうなったっけ？ダークネス減少した場合ってわお。
Nice work.
いていて。16、まあ普通にやるか。
You race out of the volcano, the monsters scarcely having hit the ground behind you.
さて、 あとちょっとだな。1
After
時
your
間くらい
narrow
か。
escape, you decide to return to the village of the sick to try and make sense of everything.
いや、まだイベントがあった。
Let's rest up at the inn, suggests Melanie, taking in everyone's state. Stay if you want to stay, the innkeeper continues, utterly disinterested in even attempting. Now that the dragon's been defeated, she says, what are we? I want to learn a little more about. You can't help feeling the ivory ore. You decide to pay a visit to the overseer after a good night's rest. So, the dragon's tears are the medicine. You ask Selfor what the... Now that you know the truth about the island and the... Probing further, you ask... But if that's the case, why did Sherwin flout the order and kill the dragon? What do you mean, testing new... All except Selfor, who says he's exempt from... At the uncharacteristically somber look on your face, Melanie, Riddis, and Bruno give silent nods. Stand before the dilapidated house, and carved in... Seeing your names unleashes a flood of memories you hadn't realized you'd kept locked away. The trauma of what happened, combined with the effects of the medicine, spurred the loss of your memories. Melanie, Riddis, we have a lot in common, you and I. That's how we've made it this... Moved by her kindness, you give her a silent nod. Melanie doesn't miss the determination that blooms on your face. Whatever it is you need to do, she says, I'm with you.
薬の補充。で、あとはスキルを、ヘビスマッシュ、パーティー、What?
You won't be able to climb that mountain. About the enemy.
取らずに行きます。
Who do you see but the ivory? In a flash, you draw your weapon. Unlike the other, you lower your weapons in response. Convenient. You demand to know what the Ivory Order want. The dragon's imprisonment on this island was you ask where the mausoleum is. Alas, we cannot get to the mausoleum with this in our way. Yet with the right approach, you might be able to force your way through. You ask Bruno to put his he squared and strikes the fissure with a mighty knife-edged chop. Silence rings for a moment. Before the boulder crumbles, the Ivory Order trio offers a curt thanks before hurrying on ahead. The jerks. An old man totters up with an eerie smile. He pauses and whispers. Suddenly, the ground, it stops as quickly as it can. The old man continues on his way, repeating to himself, "The eye has opened."
20秒くらいかな。20秒くらいだな。わっ。で、弓は取らないんですが、鎧は欲しいので、
You keep your cool. Your friends gasp as you catch whatever it is before it clobbers you.
これで鎧ゲット。あ、イベント拾っちゃった。
You hastily grab a scrap of paper, write down what
こ
you've
のイベ
heard,
ントな
quietly sneak away.
範囲が広いんだよな。どうしても。タイマーを押すの忘れた。これでレビュー。ここまで2時間32分。なんで？ちょっと待って。連射機が暴走した。もう。よいしょ。
You catch sight of kill, they murmur dispassionately, and then attack.
チャージ。ポイズン。おいおい。 ローリング。いってえなおい。ダークネス。
Nice work. Nice
足りな
work.
いか。よりにもよってそこ。体当たり。よほ。もうことごとくだなおい。メルブール回復できなくなったじゃねえか。しかも攻撃ダウン違うし。あ、でもこれ呪い解けたな。あ、リジェネレートにするか。あぶね。ヘビスマ。アイテムなくなるんだが、こんなんしてたら。うわ、弓ないとダメか。アタック下げてくるし。なんだこれ。
The Ivory Order disciples are gone. You shall not pass. Die.
闇ダメージ減少。
Excellent.
足りねえか。お。ちげえ、なんでね。
You sense something strange about this place. You can hardly make out your surroundings in the dim. You'd best watch your step.
逃げろ逃げろ。うわ、最速。きつい。危ねえ。ハプニングいらねえから逃げる逃げる。
Ouch. The floor's covered in spikes. Looks like a trap meant to deter trespassers.
よしと。
This is as far as you will get.
チャージ。ラピッショがどんくらい入るかな。28。
You did great. Unlike the lower level, the lights are lit. Someone's been here. Trespassers will be disposed of. And fight.
Oh, gem.めっちゃジェム来るじゃん。
on the orders of Master Sherwin.
Yeah, 見た目減少はあかんて。Nice. Ah, attack down. 忘れた。
Felt like that night wanted to stop you from going any further. Nice work.
あれかまれ。
Nice work. Excellent. Excellent. Fortune favors the...
れ画面見てなかったらあ、なんでダークネス振ってんの。クリティカルでよかった。メルブール20、クロエ20。あれ、今ブルーの今レベルいくつだ。
The sign reads, "There is more here
ブル
than
ー
meets
の
the
レベル
eye."
が足りてないんじゃないか。714。2倍。いやでもこの編成で2倍来てもダメだ。
Why not check the wall? Would you look at that? A secret passage. This must be what that sign was talking about.
違うね。
There may be another secret passage. This is definitely what that sign was hinting at. Be sure to keep an eye out in case there are more. You found another secret passage. They sure make it easy to get lost in this place.
教団来ないかな。
Yet another secret passage. How many of these things are there? Yet another secret passage. I've lost count of how many you've found, but hopefully this is the last of them. You see a disciple of the Ivory Order shouldering up. You ask her to show you her wares. She lines up several medicines before you. Pray take care of yourselves, she says as she continues on her way. They put a secret passage here? Whoever built this place was seriously twisted.
そろ雑魚を狩らないとまずいかな。あー、一番いらない編成来ちゃった。これはいらない。鳥骸骨。いや、今のでもよかった。装備。経費。いやー、これまだ進めねえんだが、このままだと。なんで兄弟員出てこねえの？鳥魚。うわ。もうこれ倒すか。ちょっと待て、まずい。おい、マジ。ふざけんな、マジで。いや、ここで逃げたらもったいないか。もう、最悪だわ。ああ、やらかした。ゼロエレメンツ打ってない。何してんのマジで。最悪なことしたわ、もう。
The order shall bring peace to the realm, he declares as he advances on you.
マジで来んの遅えよ、お前。マジで。 いつさ。しかもそこかよ。こんだけ運がねえんだ。これ多分ラピショよりポイズンアローの方がダメージ出るよね。
Fortune favors the bold.
マジ無駄ロス。
Peace must bring. The ivory order disciple mumbles as he totters away.
これで残り2100。ちょっと待って。もう分かんなくなっちゃった。1000回、まあいいや。1000回。ああ、間違えた。ね。
You sense an immense power enshrouding the whole of this floor.
なんか覚えてないよね。覚えてないよな。
The Ivory Order trio lies collapsed at Sherwin's feet. Sherwin glances your way as he notices your presence. What are you after? You ask him. Now all that's left is to destroy this forsaken place, and the realm will be... Sherwin stands before the altar and begins mumbling an incantation. The mausoleum will be destroyed if you don't stop Sherwin. And if that, prepare yourself. The Ivory Order trio are still alive, but don't have the strength to get up. You attempt to stop Sherwin's right, but the fallen Master Sherwin... You used up. Sherwin returns his concentration to the right. You race towards Sherwin to stop the right, but then Winifred... Still, says Melanie, batting Winifred's hand out of the way. Let us help. Sherwin attacks. It'll take more.
合計力。ポイズ。チャーム。チャージ。いきなり封印だし。 おお、いいとこ。またいや、いいか。またタイマー押し忘れた。もう最悪だ。おいおいおいおいおいおい。どっちの方がダメージ出る？12、8、24。アイテムの節約。ああ、レベル上がったか。経験値稼ぎすぎなんだよ。いや、稼がなくても上がったかな。リジェネハーブにするか。オーバーパワー、どっちでもいいけどね。装備。
Then from the so it has come to this, he murmurs. Sherwin's body begins morphing into something grotesque. You hear a voice echoing in your head. I, the Oasis Wind, will make sure of it.
こっからが問題だから。 開始。お、ダーク。ミラクルハート。これ終わる。クリティカル出す。終わったな。
We too, Winifred and the others combine their magic for an all-powerful strength. There is no denying me. The Oishous wind stirs, stretching his humongous wings. Their power depleted, Winifred and company retreat from the fort. The Oishous wind screeches a bloodthirsty shriek as he bears down on you once again.
3時間18分。おー、防御追加。何が来る？よし。ミラクル。ダイスがどっか 回復。いけー。そうか、レベル上がって攻撃力上がったから、おーい、9か。よし。痛いね。おいおいおいおい。戦闘が終わらないよ。51。よし。ゼロエレメンツ。消し飛べ。危ねえ、クリティカルでよかった。残り47。まあ薬草で殴った方が良かったかな。呪い。いや、これはチャージでいいや。ちょっと待て、全体攻撃はやめろ。呪い状態だ。全体攻撃はやめてくれ。どうしよっかな。これ相手の方が早かったっけ。一応条約書を使って、ああ早いよ。危ね危ねえ。それでも結構やばいな。クリティカルっぽい。よし、ローリング。あ、ローリングじゃまずいか。いい感じ。 攻撃力追加。いやこれワンチャン死ぬな。おー、マッスルチョープ。なんでだよ。2円19、12、多分25以上はできるはず。おお、ナイス。これはでかいぞ。ローリング。闇ダメ追加。ダークネスにするか。あー、クロエはまずい。防具がね、クロエだけ弱いからね。マジ高級傷薬がなかったらやばいんだけど。おーし、クリティカル。攻撃追加。ゼロエレメンツ。で、もうどんどん使っちゃうぜ、高級を。防御追加。これはヘビーだね。残り19まで。まだきついか。いや、今行った方が良かったかな、攻撃。じゃあ攻めるか。マッスル。ここで攻めずにいつ攻める。ローリング。どっかでクリティカル出てくれれば。ゼロエレメンツ。オーバーパワー。何ダメ出たのかわからない。クリティカル出てるし。OK。クリア確定だ。3時間29分52秒。あとは消化試合。
But the Oishus wind's power binds you, struggling against his power. Your spell can make this. I offer myself body and soul. I'm so. Melanie's powerful magic has bound the Owicious Wind. That same power, though, has also bound her. Her power drained from casting the spell, Melanie collapses to the ground. The spell has bound the Owicious Wind. Now's your chance to end this. Give it all you got.
ポイズン。ローリング。矢を打つ。いや、ラピショでよかった。なんか無駄に時間かかってんだけど。オーバーパワー。いや、通常攻撃でよかった。よーし、終わり。ここでデスミラージュ覚えても意味ねえや。早く。はい。3時間33分10秒。タイム止める場所があれだな。タイミングが合わせづらいな。もうちょっといいタイミングないかな。ここか。終わって自由行動ができるようになったところでタイムストップにするか。この画面でタイマー出ればいいのにな。まあ最終結果こんな感じです。オーバーパワーなんとなく入れてみたけど役に立ったね。役に立たんかと思ってたけど。装備。このね、ブラックウィッチがね、弱いんだよ。だからこの一つ上の防具取るの結構めんどくさいから。こんな感じだな。メルブルチャート。 ただ今回アイテム途中で変えたから楽だったけど、この高級傷薬、傷薬、これあるのとないのとで全然違うんでね、本来持ってないアイテムだからね。20回復までしかできなかったはずなのが40回復できるようになってたから、全然違ったと思うよこれ。高級なかったら。ボス戦だけで見ると白く20分だね、約。タイマーを押すタイミングが悪かったから微妙なとこだけど、だいたい20分くらいで白く開始からラスボス終了まで結構かかるね。これがリディチャートでどこまで縮むかっていう感じなんだけど、一応だいたいメモをしておこうかな。メルブルチャートのメルブルチャート、白くからラスボス撃破まで、約20分。約20分。これが DD 安定チャートでどうなるかだな。一応ね、弓ありなしでも0秒の強制戦闘の速度も変わってくるから、0秒インからラスボスまでだと、ちょうど1時間だわ。0秒インからラスボスまでちょうど1時間。わかりやす。ちょうど1時間だ。0秒前、細かく言うと1分くらいあるけど、0秒インからラスボスまで、ラスボス撃破が約1時間。弓なし。これはいい参考タイムになるけど、ただな、やっぱ回復がな、言うてブルーノの経験値稼ぎでめっちゃくだったから、その分考えればトントンな気はするけどね。ではこれで終わります。動画はライブをそのまま残す形になりますが、お疲れ様でした。待って、これカード持ってない場合さ、どうなるんだ。カードを1個しか持ってない場合のエンディング分岐。
Despair. Winifred slipped and see the You got a vial of dragon tear from Winifred.
どうなるんだろうね。
The world cut off from its supply of medicine with the dragon's death. Your twin and Melanie, you must decide for which purpose to put the all-powerful dragon tear.
ドラゴンもあるんだな。 これ願い叶うの？一応メルブルで試してみるか。1個で願いは叶うのか。
You tipped the dragon tear over Mar.
あ、叶うね。
Mar turns back
と
into
い
a
うわけ
human.
で終わります。お疲れ様でした。